Well, 50 years ago this month, the fight for equality took over the streets of Baltimore during an uprising that killed 6 and injured hundreds of others. Now, a number of leaders involved in the fight are driving a new conversation aimed at sparking change. WJZ is live. Jonathan McCall talked to one community leader leading that discussion. Jonathan?
Mary, Ralph Moore is a longtime Baltimore community activist. He says that many of the effects from the '68 uprising are still being felt here today. 1968, a year forever changing America and Baltimore history.
Riots are the language of the unheard.
It was in April of that year that the fight for civil rights spilled onto Baltimore streets with the murder of Martin Luther King Jr. Thousands taking their frustrations out on buildings, businesses, and boulevards.
So there was great uncertainty. There were people who were being arrested, and there were buildings that were being burned.
Longtime Baltimore community leader Ralph Moore was just 15 at the time. He says many of the impacts from then.
Some of these vacant houses that you see were damaged then, and they've never been reoccupied. They've never been restored.
Are still being felt 50 years later.
As someone who lived through the '68 riots, to have the uprising in 2015 happen again in this exact same city, did you think that would ever happen again?
Yes. Oh yeah, I often wondered, when is this going to happen? When is it going to blow? Because the tension was there, and the conditions were still the same.
Moore says that the 2015 uprising after the death of Freddie Gray brought a call for change to many of the areas still dealing with the same problems from '68.
The human and social needs of the city really needed to be tended to.
He's now helping to drive the conversation of history and change as part of the Johns Hopkins Urban Health Institute's Voices of Social Change, hoping that history won't repeat itself in Baltimore for a third time. And a number of leaders will be attending that event, which is set for next week. We're live tonight. I'm Jonathan McCall reporting for WJZ.
Jonathan, thank you. And you can find more details on the event on our website, WJZ.com.